In today's class, we are going to see what are the common diseases caused by microorganisms in human beings. If we observe, there are some diseases and there are causative microorganism from which microorganism the disease is caused and the mode of transmission and the preventive measures. So, if you observe, some bacteria is going to cause few diseases. What are the diseases which are caused due to bacteria? Tuberculosis, cholera, typhoid, diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus. These are some diseases which are caused by bacteria. And if you observe the diseases which are caused by virus, chicken pox, measles, mumps, polio, swine flu, dengue, chikungunya, Japanese encephalitis, and hepatitis B, hemophilus, and influenza B. These are some of the diseases which are caused due to virus. And if you see, there is one disease which is caused due to protozoan, that is malaria. Plasmodium is a protozoan which is going to cause malaria. If you observe the mode of transmission of these diseases, tuberculosis is transmitted through air, chicken pox, measles, mumps, polio, swine flu, these are also caused due to air. And if you observe, some diseases are caused due to water, that is polio again. Cholera typhoid is also caused due to contaminated water, and diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus, plus Hemophilus influenza B and hepatitis B. These are also caused due to contaminated water. And if you observe, some diseases are caused due to vectors, that is, cholera typhoid is also caused due to a vector called housefly, and malaria is caused due to a vector, that is, female Anopheles mosquito. Dengue is caused due to dengue will be spreading with the help of mosquito called Aedes. Chikungunya through mosquito Aedes only. Japanese encephalitis through mosquito Culex. So these are some of the diseases which are going to spread with the help of vectors. And there are some preventive measures. You can take some vaccines to prevent these diseases. So BCG is the vaccine which is given to tuberculosis. Varicella is the vaccine which is given to chickenpox. Measles and mumps. MMR is a vaccine which is given to measles and mumps. And you all know polio drops are given to polio disease. So, and also pentavalent is a vaccine which is given to diphtheria, whooping cough, and tetanus. DPT and triple antigen is a vaccine which is given to diphtheria, whooping cough, and tetanus. So, two types of vaccines are there for diphtheria, whooping cough, tetanus. DPT, triple antigen, and pentavalent. Even for hepatitis B, hemophilus influenza B, you can use a pentavalent vaccine. And not only for humans, even plants also cause diseases due to microorganisms. That is citrus canker. Citrus canker is a disease which is caused to many of the citrus fruits, and it is caused by bacteria, and it is transmitted with the help of air. Red rot of sugarcane. If you observe, the red spots will be present on the sugarcane, and the causative organism is fungi, and it is transmitted through air and seedlings. And next we have Tika disease of groundnut. It is caused due to fungi, and it is transmitted through air and through seeds. Means seeds are nothing but from one seed. If one seed gets affected, there are chances that the other seed also will be affected with the help of air. And seedlings are nothing but the seed after growing to a certain extent. The seed after growing to a certain extent, that we call it as a seedlings. Tobacco mosaic is caused due to virus, and it is spread with the help of insects. Smut disease of rice. This is a disease which is caused due to rice. It is also caused due to fungi, and it is spread through air. So once you people look into these tables, analyze. There is no need to remember, but you have to analyze, and you have to know what diseases are caused due to what microorganism. And next, when I'm talking about diseases, even a disease called anthrax. Microorganisms will not cause diseases only to human beings and plants, but also they cause diseases to many animals like cattle, cow. So anthrax is a disease which is caused to mainly cattle. Cow, sheep, goat, these are all cattle. So anthrax is a disease which is caused to them. And mm even you all have heard bird flu, which is a very famous disease. Bird flu generally it will occur to birds, mainly in poultry farms and all. We will be hearing about the disease called bird flu. And rabies in dogs. So these are the diseases which commonly caused in different animals. Now, talking about food poisoning, food poisoning, you all might have seen in news and all that few people have eaten or consumed some spoiled food and they have admitted in hospitals, etc., etc. So actually, what is food poisoning? Food poisoning is caused due to the consumption of spoiled food. Some microorganisms, they produce toxic substances, that is harmful substances in food. Consuming those food leads to vomitings and motions. And if you see the food, if it is rotten like this, though we tempt to eat that food, we have to restrict ourselves to not go through that food. You have to observe with how to observe whether the food is spoiled or not. First, through smell. You have to smell the food. If the smell is normal, then it is not spoiled. If you are smelling the food the smell from the food is something different, then you have to doubt it. Okay. And now next, coming to taste of the food. Sometimes through the smell, if you are unable to find out, 1 spoon or half a spoon, you can even find whether the food is spoiled or not with the help of the taste, little bit of taste. And if you go to any supermarkets and all, you can observe the expiry date. Okay. If you observe that manufacture and expiry date, we will be knowing like whether the food is fresh or whether the food is about to spoil. So always when you visit supermarkets and all, you have to be very careful to observe these expiry dates. So the bacteria which is responsible for food poisoning is Clostridium botulinum. So mostly this bacteria only will cause food poisoning, that is Clostridium botulinum, that is the bacteria's full name. Now, if you want to preserve the food, what we have to do? You all know moisture which is present in the food items helps the microorganisms to grow. Microorganisms favorable conditions are water. In water, it is going to grow fast. But if you observe some pickles will not spoil even for an year. Why pickles generally can't spoil for a year? Because pickles can be preserved by adding excess salt and oil. Salt have the capacity to remove the water from the food item. Suppose you are preparing a mango pickle. If you add salt to the mango, in the mango water will be present. Salt has the capacity to remove the water from the mango, so that water content will be reduced in that food, moisture content will be reduced in the food, so that we can prevent the growth of microorganisms. And coming to fishes, we all know fresh fishes, we will be eating fresh fishes. But if you want to store the same fish for 1 year, it is impossible. But we have a method to store the fish. If you want to eat the fish by storing it for 1 year also, we can do. That is, we can preserve the fish by drying. If you dry the fish, on drying, what happens? The water content which is present in the fish will be evaporated into the atmosphere. The water which is present in the fish will be evaporated into the atmosphere by drying. So here the chances of the fish getting spoiled is reduced. And jams and jellies, if you observe, jams and jellies also, kisan jam, etc., etc., they will be there for a very long period of time. How? They can be preserved by adding sugar syrup. If you add sugar syrup to jams and jellies, then the it will be preserved for a very long period of time. So these are some preservation techniques. And in supermarkets, if you observe, the packaged food will also be preserved. That's why your packaged food will not get spoiled that soon. Why? Because they are going to add preservatives to it, chemical preservatives. But by the way, these chemical preservatives which are added in packed food is not good for our health. So maximum we have to avoid eating this packed food, as in that chemical preservatives will be present. So we have discussed about food poisoning and preservation of food. In the next class we are going to discuss further topic.